The U.S. Air Force's legendary F-22 Raptor is widely considered the world's premier air superiority fighter. However, few know that for a brief moment, it almost had a sister aircraft designed specifically for the U.S. Navy, the F-22. The Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor was born out of the U.S. Air Force's Advanced Tactical Fighter (ATF) program, a project aimed at developing a new fighter capable of outclassing advanced Soviet jets such as the Sukhoi Su-27 and Mikoyan MiG-29. These Soviet fighters were designed to counter America's powerful F-15 Eagle and F-16 Fighting Falcon. And despite the Soviet Union teetering on collapse by the late 1980s, the U.S. Air Force remained steadfast in its pursuit of a next-generation air dominance platform. Ultimately, the F-22 Raptor triumphed over its formidable competitor, the Northrop YF-23. While many considered the YF-23 to be more stealthy and boast superior range, Lockheed's YF-22 combined cutting-edge capabilities with Lockheed Martin's strong track record of delivering top-tier military aircraft. Despite the YF-23's advantages, the YF-22's blend of innovation, reliability, and Lockheed's presentation flair won the day, and it evolved into the operational F-22 Raptor, the world's first fifth-generation fighter. Interestingly, if Northrop's YF-23 had been chosen, it would have become the de facto candidate for a new Navy fighter variant that was also under consideration at the time. But once the F-22 secured its place, it quickly distinguished itself as a master of the skies, thanks to its combination of stealth, speed, and agility. Capable of reaching speeds up to Mach 2.25 and sustaining supersonic flight without afterburners, a feat known as supercruise, the Raptor became a game-changer. Its thrust-vectoring nozzles allowed unprecedented maneuverability, enabling the F-22 to point its nose and weapons at targets even while the aircraft was flying in a different direction. The F-22 was so capable that Congress urged the Navy to explore the possibility of creating a naval variant, known as the NATF-22, under the Naval Advanced Tactical Fighter Program. This program began in 1988, with the hope that the Navy could leverage the Air Force's R&D efforts to create a carrier-capable version of the F-22. In return, the Air Force would evaluate a Navy-developed stealth bomber as a potential replacement for its aging F-111 fleet. This collaborative approach was an attempt to share development costs across branches, a strategy that would later culminate in the notoriously expensive F-35 Joint Strike Fighter program. However, by 1990, 7 years before the F-22's first flight, the NATF-22 concept was seen as financially unfeasible. Admiral Richard Dunleavy, tasked with outlining the Navy's requirements for a new fighter, openly stated that he couldn't envision the F-22 fitting into an affordable naval aviation plan. By early 1991, the program was shelved. Had the Navy decided to pursue the NATF-22, they would have faced significant technical challenges. Carrier-based aircraft endure unique stresses during catapult launches and short-distance arrested landings, requiring a much more robust airframe. The NATF-22 would have needed variable sweep wings, similar to those of the F-14 Tomcat, to allow it to fly slowly enough for carrier landings. But the complexity and high maintenance costs of variable sweep wings, an issue the Navy was already grappling with in the F-14, likely contributed to the program's demise. Even the Air Force's fixed-wing F-22 has proven to be one of the most expensive aircraft to operate on an hourly basis. In hindsight, it's clear why the Navy chose not to pursue the NATF-22. The concept was not only prohibitively expensive, but it also would have provided only marginal improvements over existing carrier-based platforms. Still, the idea of a variable sweep-wing F-22, blending the iconic features of the F-14 Tomcat with the futuristic capabilities of the Raptor, remains an intriguing what-if in aviation history. With only 186 F-22 Raptors ever produced, the reign of this aerial king will be tragically short. One can't help but wonder, could a naval variant of the F-22 have prolonged the program's lifespan and cemented its legacy? Unfortunately, we'll never know. The reality is that the costs were likely too great. But for aviation enthusiasts, imagining a sweep-wing F-22 launching from America's supercarriers is a bittersweet fantasy that still captures the imagination.